Oops. Right, this is Lady Bridge. This used to be a throughway, but it's been closed off a long time ago now, and now it's just a pedestrian walkway. You can just see the castle creeping over the top. I'll get that a bit closer shortly. The two rivers, the River Tyne and the River Anker, meet here, and you can see the glorious flats there, built in the 60s. God knows why, but there you go. There's the Canadian geese, is it? Oh, there's dozens and dozens of them, right bloody mess they make. There's the old World War II pillbox, and these are the floodplains in Tamworth, basically. Not going to be built on because it does flood up to here quite a few times when it's bad. In the distance you can see the bypass, and if you can, I don't know whether the camera's picking it up, but there's Litchfield mast in the distance in the centre of the screen. Cheers all. Right, this is the gatehouse. This is at the Holloway, which is a raised footpath going to some of the shops. If you look under Wikipedia, it'll tell you all about the gatehouse. It's quite an old version of it. And whoops-a-daisy, and that is Tamworth Castle. I'll get a bit closer, and there's a little bit more of it up there on the bottom there. But this raised section was some of the old houses built many years ago. I think Tamworth Castle was, it's been up 1,000 years approximately. Not in that form, of course. It was built extensively in the 17th and 18th century, and but there's some sort of a shell sort of keep, which is what it's called. I think it's about the second biggest in the country, which is that big mound of earth it sits on. And there you go. You can walk around the castle, which I shall do shortly. Cheers. And this is the lady who started it all, Athelfleda. I don't know how to pronounce it right, but in 913, that's not 9:15 by the way, that's 913, and this is when she first started to fortify Tamworth, and there she is, popped up on the top there somewhere, and there's the castle. As you swing round, the shell, the keep, some buildings up there, and then there's some sort of, but aren't they lovely, them multi-stories sticking over the top of a monument like this? Never mind. And that's the gatehouse. This is the other side of the gatehouse. I'm not too sure whether it used to be an offices or something. I'm not too sure whether somebody lived in it years and years ago, but hey ho. This is the gatehouse anyway. Swing round. That's over to Lady Bridge, where I've just come from. The car park, various other bits and pieces. It has improved dramatically since they've chopped all the trees and the shrubs down from the mound. They just let it go a bit actually. There was a few outcries about it, but at the end of the day there's never any trees built there, or put there should we say, and it looks a lot better now it's been chopped down. My opinion, of course. I'll go and take you to the herringbone wall. Cheers all. Right, this is the herringbone wall that I talk about. It's quite a bit of a size actually. To get the rough scale, if I swing round, that is a 6-foot tall fence there. So it's quite a bit of a structure. This goes up to the top. There is steps at the other side which I haven't gone up. This fence is actually more than 6 foot because I'm 5'9", so it's about 6.5 foot. Whoops-a-daisy. And then up there you can see the front entrance of the castle. I still left this chestnut tree in. As you say, it is a humongously big tree, and I think there's a bit of an outcry when they was going to say they're chopping it down, but it wouldn't have been here 400 or 500 years ago. But and there you go, swing it round. I'm just standing with my back to the wall, and there's the bandstand in the distance, and the shopping centre in the back. Cheers all. Okay, and this is the up by the castle. The steps down there. There's Ethel Fleeder, whatever her name was, down the bottom there, in the gatehouse. And in the distance, the red door. I think in the 70s, 80s, that used to be the unemployment or the dole office, whatever you want to call it. Don't know what it is now. There's a bowling there as well by the green, and I still say the flats are very unsightly, but never mind. People like them, allegedly. And then swing round for Tamworth, nice and steady. Car park at the bottom, the two rivers you can just see between. Quite a lot of copper beach, etc. And then as we swing around slowly, as best as I can, that's the snow dome in the distance, and there's the shopping centre, and of course you can walk round the castle. There's no charge for that, but there is a charge to go in. There is various displays here. I've been in there once, I think, or twice. Not impressed, to be honest. It's a mishmash of various things, but I think it wants to be one thing and it's not, it's another. There's a little bit of information, at least that's something. I shan't dwell too much. And then as we walk round, I don't like doing the walkie videos because of the shaking, but I'll try my best. They've left the trees in this side by the looks of it, and as you can see it does obscure a lot of the view, which if you were to look at some of the view at the back there, you'd be thankful for it, because the backs of the shops, which were visible, and they will be visible when the leaves have dropped off, they're a bit of a sight actually. Nobody seems to take any bother with it. Sorry, as you can see, my personal opinion, the trees won't go in. They detract, but then again it hides the multi-storey flats. This little hole here, the postern gate, which is with the air brick in. There you go. And you can read that, you can always stop it. And there's an indication of how that was used. Small tiny hole, very secure really. But nice little feature. I hope you can see okay. And there you go. There's various lights in the floor. You have to be careful you don't trip over those. Bit of a balcony there if you want to pop out on the window. Joking. Yeah, it is worth going to have a look, I suppose, but it don't hold much interest to me because there's a certain amount of it blocked off actually. So you're only allowed a certain entrance, a certain amount. I'm just going to push you up to there. Oops, that's 60 feet I suppose, and then we come round to the beginning again. Lots of trees. It's a bit of a step here. Okay. There is work going on, and these are, as you can see, a sad state of affairs at the back. Someone's trying to do something down there. Very overgrown. This is the back of the shops. It used to be Active Audio. I think there's a few other shops, but They certainly don't keep the backs tidy. Bit of a disgrace really, and yeah, I'll keep moaning. I'm not a tree hugger, but I do love wood. But the trees detract too much, to be honest. My opinion, which is worthless. But yeah, so there we have Tamworth Castle. Whoops a daisy, sending you giddy. Cheers folks. Right, this is the gatehouse. This is by the Nationwide Bank. Artist's impression. Bit of a state really. Basically, small bridge across there, full of litter, full of rubbish. It's just a joke, but never mind. Which leads up to that's usually the information kiosk, but it's closed. Whatever. Oops. Plenty of bread rolls down there if anybody's interested.
And he is just...
As you can see, I assume that's some sort of seating the years ago, and then it's round across the bridge to this side. Nice bit of litter. Yep, little hardy holes. And this used to be the gatehouse, and there's the town hall with the wonky bit on the top. Whoops. Cheers all.